Alrighty, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and haven't been able to make that many videos this week. Um, and there will be a couple of videos coming up very, very soon. But I just wanted to talk about this crazy story that I could tell you guys about my PS4 because holy shit, it was nuts. But bro, I thought now if you're in my Discord, I kind of like talked about it a little bit, but it was fucking crazy. So for almost about a month, my PlayStation 4 was like donezo. I tried to get it fixed. 'Cause I just thought it was like an HDMI port issue. But I've later found out from some of the people that like repair stuff like this. Like I have a local video game shop that like repairs systems and stuff like that, and they've done business. I've done business with them before, so that they know stuff about how to repair the stuff. So they said my PlayStation 4, which I've had for about 8 years, so I've had it for a long ass time. So yeah. Basically, I guess the G um the GPU was out, which is like basically the graphic card which displays the picture. Um so I basically thought, holy shit, I'm about to lose everything in my data because I can't fix it. So then someone had said, you know, you could, probably just switch the stuffs up through the PlayStation 4. Um Through a different PlayStation 4. So I bought a PlayStation 4 for like they're not that expensive like they were 8 years ago, but they're still expensive. But I got a refurbished one for about less than 200. Um because I want to preserve my data, obviously. And obviously I still want to play my 4. I eventually want to get a 5, but right now I can't get one. So um I'm thinking like, oh my god, this is not gonna end well. So they couldn't switch the hard drives because that would automatically factory reset everything. So I was like, great. Well, this is not gonna end well. I had to call up Sony, which I'm still surprising that they still actually do repairs for that the PlayStation 4 since they got the 5 now, but they told me about factory reset too. Now, I didn't even realize this um because nobody mentioned it to me. But I found it out myself. Is that you can actually do a transfer through networks, through like the Wi-Fi or internet connection, basically. Um, you can actually transfer your all your game data and everything that you've ever done from your one system to another PlayStation 4 system through if your PlayStation was connected. So my PlayStation, um my old PlayStation 4, the one I've had for about 8 years, that took a shit on me. It was still connected to my internet despite not the picture not being displayed, and my controller was still connected to that one. My new PlayStation 4 came with another controller, so that was still connected to my old one. Because of that, I was able to use my old controller on my old PlayStation 4 to well, my PlayStation 4 was still able to turn on. It's just that the picture wasn't being displayed because the graphic card failed or whatever. Because like they and I forgot to mention because the repair guys from the local video game shop, they could not fix the GPU, I guess, because I guess it's not a part that 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 can be given out or whatever. I guess that's what at least that's what they told me. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they told me. Sony told me that if I send it in, that they're gonna factory reset it, basically, because of personal stuff or whatever. They can't see personal stuff or whatever. So I'm like, well, I'm screwed. And like I was terrified for a while. Because I was about to lose like everything I had that I've ever done for like 8 years on the PlayStation 4, which, that really fucking sucks. At that point, like my Xenoverse 2, like all the stuff that I bought. Well, I mean, the stuff I bought would have probably would have still saved, because that stuff, like, is on your PlayStation Network or whatever, your downloadable content and all that stuff. But I would have lost all my game save datas and all that stuff, which that would have really sucked. But because my PlayStation, the old one, was still connected to the internet through a wire, because the Wi-Fi wasn't working, for about 2 years now. I don't know why, but it just stopped working on the Wi-Fi, so I used the wire. So it was connected to a wire. So there is a transfer, like, on the new PlayStation, where you can transfer your data from another PlayStation, which I did. It didn't find it at first because I was connected to Wi-Fi on the new PlayStation, so I actually had to use another wire to connect, so it would be on the same connection as the old PlayStation 4, because it had to be on the same connection. And then once that happened, and then I turned on my controller that was synced up to the bad PlayStation 4. And then from there, it recognized my old PlayStation 4 on the new one, so that I got. So it took about approximately 13 hours of doing that, but obviously, I had a lot of data, so, and this is the only way I was going to ever get it back. So I did it and waited patiently. Well, I wasn't waiting, obviously. I wasn't, like, I was doing other things, obviously, while it was running, but yeah. That and then after that it resets, and then my new PlayStation 4 that I got had everything I had. I was actually playing Xenoverse 2 for a little bit. So what was really weird about my Xenoverse 2 though, what was really weird about Xenoverse 2 though, is like everything was saved. Like I was back to I had my guy 102, level 102. But one of the recent DLCs that I bought from like a year ago didn't download, so I had to re-download it because it was still on my download list, obviously. So all I had to do was just re-download it. But yeah, the last DLC with Piccolo, with Orange Piccolo, Beast Gohan, that pack, I forget what that pack's called, but that pack, the Hero Pack, I think it was Hero Pack 2 or whatever. That pack, I had to re-download it. That took about 11 minutes. But everything else downloaded, re-download. I don't know why that happened. I guess that might have been just a glitch or something. But I was able to re-download and got my my downloadable contents back for that particular pack. But yeah, that was just crazy in itself. But yeah, I got my shit back. And what was really weird, and what really kind of annoyed me, is nobody told me that I could do this type of transfer. Like, nobody told me that we could do this transfer or try this transfer. Now, I guess, to be fair, some of them probably didn't know that, my PlayStation was still connected to the the internet despite the picture not being displayed anymore. My internet was already connected to the PlayStation prior to the graphic card giving out, and my controller was obviously still synced to the PlayStation, the old PlayStation 4 prior to it, the graphic card failing. Um, but I really wish someone had mentioned that to me because I thought I was shit out of luck until I, plugged in the new one because I was still trying to hope that it might come on, briefly or whatever again. And then for whatever reason, I don't know what I was doing, but I was like fiddling around with it and it popped up. The new one popped up detecting, I guess, the other PlayStation because it popped up and said, when I was setting it up, would you like to do a transfer from another PlayStation 4? And that's when I realized, oh, wait, maybe I could, save it still. So, yeah, all my stuff that was on my old PlayStation is on the new PlayStation because again, once all those things were set up, you don't really need the screen anyways. Once you have the internet set up and the controller set up because now it will detect it on the new one, and that's where you want it to transfer anyways. I don't know if the save data is still on the old one once you transfer it to the new one. I don't know how that works, but because obviously I couldn't see it anyways of what the old one looks like now. But yeah, I got that in there. Obviously, I logged into my PlayStation Network before I did the transfer. Um, but yeah. So that was the crazy week and the crazy story, and that was literally a freaking crazy story. And because I hadn't really had my PlayStation 4 for like a month, I haven't been able to really play PlayStation for like a fucking month, almost, because of this whole bullshit. Um, I wish I would have just known that you could have done that before. I did not know because I never tried to do a transfer before through the PlayStation 4. This is the first time I've ever had to do it through the internet connection. Um, I had to wait 13 hours for it to complete because that's how much I had. Um, but I mean, because I have like, and again, I have the old PlayStation 4, and the one I got, the new one I got was just the same one. Like it was like you know, 500 gigabytes or whatever. You know, not the slim ones and all those other ones that came later. Obviously, I do have a backup. I have a backup terabyte external drive or whatever. Because I had gone over on data for games. But but I just kept it that way. It was just easier and probably cheaper too. Um, because eventually I'm just gonna go to a PlayStation 5 anyways once I get enough money and once I get enough money to do it. And I'm sure somebody's gonna say that, oh, you could have just done that with a PlayStation 5 too, because that's what I've heard. But I mean, the PlayStation 5 is like $500 right now still. So it was still the better route to still do the PS4 right now. Though I probably am gonna get the 5 probably soon in the coming months. At least I hope I do. Because I don't know what's going to happen to the PlayStation 4. Because I don't know if they're gonna like increase the price soon or not. Hopefully they have like a sale because last year they had. I wanted to get it last year when they had that 424 like sale that they were doing for a while. Um, but unfortunately because of other things that happened, I wasn't able to get it. Um, because I want to play Sparking Zero. Like when I got PlayStation 4, the first game I'm getting is Sparking Zero. Um, you know, um, hopefully by then they'll actually have the DLCs be dubbed for the Daima characters. But they can update they can update them to have an English dub though, even after the DLCs have been already released, because they did that for My Hero Academia. The My Hero Academia Justice 2 game was originally just dubbed in Japanese, and then they a month later updated it so it would have an English dub. They could do the same thing for the if they could do that for a full-length game, they could do that for the DLCs. So I do believe eventually, they're gonna do that for the DLCs. I don't know when, but I think they are doing that at some point. No, it would just be an updated patch. That's all they have to do. All they have to do is just do an updated patch, and boom, it's dubbed. They can do it for a full length game. They can do it for DLC content. So that's not really a concern right now, unless they just outright say that they're never actually going to do it. But to my understanding, they're doing it because of what's it called? The whole because Dime is still airing right now. The dub's not been out yet. Or I mean it's out, but it's not finished yet, There's still like 3 episodes left. So that's what I think they're doing. I think they're waiting intentionally for it to end, and then once it ends, then they'll like put it out. And I really hope to do, but I wouldn't even buy it right now anyways, because 1, it's not dubbed, and 2, obviously I don't want to be spoiled on the storylines or any characters that haven't been introduced yet in the dub. So yeah. But yeah, that's the crazy story, man. I just like, I can't make that shit up, bro. Like, that literally was legit. Like, that fucking was insane. Because I didn't even know you could do transfers through the PlayStation internet connection or whatever. That was just crazy because I didn't know. I thought I lost 8 years of work, like 8 years of my gaming life of the PlayStation 4. I literally thought I lost it all. I literally thought I lost Xenoverse, like my guy with 102 level or whatever. I thought all the other games I've ever played. Like I legit thought like everything was gone. And then I got a life preserver because of this internet connection, and because my internet and controller was still connected to the old one of my controllers was connected to the old PlayStation, and it was still connected wirely to the internet, which allowed me to connect my other PlayStation wirely or wire to the internet, and from there I was able to do it. Took a long time to get there, but I got there. So I was really happy, but still kind of shell shocked. Also, for people that are going to say I spent too much on getting a new PlayStation, because I spent with tax $193, because that was with tax and shipping. Basically the total in general. Keep in mind, Sony had quoted me $107.99 for the repair the old PlayStation that was not working anymore, and was gonna wipe my hard drive completely clean. Okay, so $107.99 to repair a PlayStation 4 that I wasn't even gonna get my stuff back. Or pay $193 and change for transferring through the internet my save data and everything that I worked for 8 years on another PlayStation. I think that was a much worthier deal. A little bit more, but still only about like what, $80 more? Only about $80 so or more I spent on a new PlayStation 4 that I could get, that I could put my data on. rather than repair the old one, just have a new one and, have my data put on there. I actually think I came out really good with this one, by doing it this way. Um, but yeah, that is the insane story, man. Um, Again, didn't know no idea about system transfer because I never had to transfer my data to another PlayStation 4. And I don't know if I get a PlayStation when I get the PlayStation 5, will I, you know, be in the situation where I would do that again? Because there's still benefits to have a PlayStation 4 even with the 5 around now. Same reason like with the PlayStation 3. I still have my PlayStation 3. There are still things you kind of need it for because there are some things that you can use over the 4 or over the 5. Um, I know most of the games for 4 work on 5, but um, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Um, what I hope for, because I don't even know how the PlayStation, I don't even know how that PlayStation 5 operates for, older TVs and stuff like that. But I hope it's a little better than the goddamn 4. Because I will say one thing about the PlayStation 4 that I hated is that when it came to old HDMI TVs, and I'm talking about the 2006 CRTs TVs that are HDMI, because that's one of the TVs I got, and that's the TV I like. I like CRT TVs. I will say one thing: they're not good for the screen. Like I have the screen shrunk down as far as it can, and it still cuts some of the picture off, the bottom part of the picture, and I hate that. So I'm kind of hoping that 5's a little better with that. Nintendo Switch is a lot better when it comes to that. Like you can, I when I have my Nintendo Switch like hooked up for TV, it looks so much better. It looks so much better because you can put it in a spot where it's not chopping anything off on the Nintendo Switch. So I hope Nintendo Switch 2, when that ever comes out, is going to be like that as well. Because like I like that they try to accommodate all the TVs. Where PlayStation doesn't try to do that. PlayStation doesn't try to accommodate like all TVs. So that's kind of thing I think. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's my story about the PlayStation 4. Crazy week in itself. Let me know what you guys think about this. And comment right. Also, for people that are wondering, too, I should just mention, because I guess I just recently checked because I got the PlayStation Network app now. And I guess a lot of people messaged me on my PlayStation Network, that I never looked at. Um, I'll just say this right now. I don't really look at my PlayStation Network messages. For people that are wondering, I don't really look at them. I got Discord. I got this, and um, that's mostly where I contact people. If I have to contact somebody, so now I could check my network more now because I have the app, but otherwise I'm not gonna probably check it. And I got a lot of friend requests too. If you're gonna friend request me on my PlayStation Network, make sure you tell me who you are, because if you're just some random guy asking to friend me on my PlayStation Network, I'm probably not gonna accept it. So make sure you let me know. My PlayStation Network is Super Gohan Goku for anybody who doesn't know. So yeah, that's about it. I'm out. Comment, rate, like, please subscribe. That's Ultimate Goku out of here. Peace.